Just need to update the thank you banner, but we'll do that in a sec. Right after the intros, in the top left-hand corner, we've got a red Terran player. It's KarKaroto. I'm doing my KarKaroto. That's what we're gonna call him. And the blue, in the bottom right-hand corner, it's the Terran player. It's Andacht. Taking our last game. Again, looks like he's gonna go gas first again, so I guess he likes his mech. Makes sense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. On the other side, though, KarKaroto has decided to go for the barracks and then the gas, so maybe a faster expand, maybe... Well, he's taking a second gas, so I'm not really sure what he's doing now, but who knows. Looks like he's in an early wall off, too. Nope, sending this SUV out, so he's going to scout with this SUV. Seen lots of people, though, they'll, like, if they're going for a timing attack or something, they'll sometimes wall off early. It is a little bit of a tell in of itself, but... Oh, the SUVs high-five each other and move on. Maybe it's a kiss. Maybe they're secret lovers who are forbidden from showing affection to one another because they are of different colors. A metaphor that I think we can all relate to. We all know reds and blues hate each other. As the SCVs, this is what we were all expecting. SCV on SCV warfare. As another one is pulled to go make that expansion while his friend drives the other bad SCV away. And even more SCVs, one coming home after I think the scout probably saw what was going on over there. Saw the factory. And yeah, lots of gas invested in early here as the second supply depot go down to complete the wall. And well, Andacht certainly has an economy lead now. He's going to get that second command center up early. He's sitting on the one gas. The Reaper going to come across now. He's making a second one. No, he's actually going to keep it at home. Wants to defend against the enemy Reaper. Also thinking that there's probably going to be an attack here based on his scout earlier. And on the other side, just a reactor on this barracks. So this does indicate a lift of the barracks. And then the factory will be moved over. Actually, no. Going to go for the tech lab. And then the starport. Okay. So he's going to go for reactors. This is definitely more bio-focused then. So maybe this is a timing push on one base. With a bunch of Marines, some Cyclones, and probably a medevac for the drops. That's probably the timing that this would indicate then. Usually when you go mech, you bake the reactor on the barracks, then you lift it up, put the factory down on it, but he's perhaps going for a more timing push on one base, and Andacht has now found this out. Double Reaper, though, can definitely get some damage on those probes. He's going to do his best kiting, much better than last game. He's going to pick up one Marine. The second Marine will go down, and both Reapers get out. And those peel pretty quick, so a very nice pickup there from Andacht. Should head back home victorious again, as the command center is getting upgraded here at the natural. Starport being added on, so a bit more standard style this time, as opposed to last game. And looks like it's a tech lab on the factory, reactor on the barracks. So maybe a bit more of a bio focus with some siege tanks. And speaking of siege tanks, we got one moving out from KarKaroto. Got a couple of Vikings coming out as well. So no medevacs for the drops. He's going, if a unit doesn't shoot, I don't want it. Everything's got to fight. SCV's got to fight. Any unit I make has got to fight. So I'm not sure how great a one siege tank double marine push is at 4 minutes, but he's going to go for it. Does scan the natural, knows it's up. Vikings come in to join the rest of their brethren in red. One Reaper here to spot. Well, it's a little awkward, actually. Siege tank moving forward, looking to siege up here. A couple Marines rallying out to join the army. He's going to siege up on the low ground. Looks like he wants to get some damage done on these barracks. Has high ground vision with his Vikings. Okay, so that makes some sense here. Only one Viking available for Andacht. He's going to produce one more now. If he can eat up that count with a couple Marines, he can definitely win that air battle. And if he does that, then the tank won't be able to hit the high ground. This is a very scary position for Andacht, though. Good news, though, is there's no follow-up. There's no expansion for KarKaroto, and if he doesn't have a follow-up and this attack is thwarted, then that means Andacht certainly should have the game. Now the barracks is going to be lifted up to try and save it. The supply depot has already gone down, and a couple of Marines. They were very passionate Marines. but they didn't really use their brains that time. Walk a little bit too far forward and get instantly zapped by those siege tanks. But a siege tank on the high ground for Andacht. He's able to deny one more near the natural. So Andacht is holding for now. These Vikings even high ground have been huge though. And Andacht just not able to produce fast enough to get those Vikings out to try and contest the air. Looks like we got another siege tank coming out for Andacht. No engineering bay, I don't think, for turrets. Another barracks going to be added on here. A couple supply depots on the low ground. Looks like the SVs, nope, they're going to stay. Not going to get pulled yet. The siege tank trying to move up. And it looks like Andacht's going to do the same. He's going to get his siege tank sieged up, though, and at 3-2. That's more, so he's probably going to win it. Yep, he does. Kills the Marine. Oh, no! The SCVs are going to get pulled. They're going to surround this siege tank. Will they do it? The Vikings can't help. They can't shoot down. Oh, no. The SCVs, the real MVPs, they're going to go ahead and take that siege tank kill and move out. Back to the base. We're done with this stuff. We're mining. Screw fighting. Vikings now available for Andacht. He's got 2, but 1 instantly evaporated. He's going to be able to kill 1 more, so 2-2 in trades there, but the air control is contained for KarKaroto. He still has no expansion on the other side here. The siege tanks, well, the Vikings are going to drop right on the siege tank. 1 already taking down the Marines trying to help out. The SCVs are pulled again! And the Vikings will get the kill and get out. They're very low, though, and no SCVs there to repair for KarKaroto. Andacht's still able. He's adding on another command center, and looks like another barracks on the back side of this. Just 2 siege tanks and 2 Vikings now for KarKaroto, but he could do a lot of damage in this mineral line. We'll pick up 1 SCV kill. SCV's pulled again. They're moving again, surrounding this siege tank, absorbing all the shots. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. There's no follow-up, no actual fighting units, no army units here for Andacht available with this push. Some more being produced, but will these hero SCVs do it? 1 more siege tank does come out. We'll take down 1 siege tank. Is going to siege up to try and fight the other one. The SCVs are going to. Oh no, they're actually out of range of each other. The siege tank actually can't hit each other. The Liberator comes down. It's going to get killed by this Viking, though, unless Marine can help out. He's going to siege up to try and take out the siege tank. So the Liberator will do the damage, but now will fall to this Viking. Marines are not there to help. Yep, they're not shooting up, so he will get away. An engineering bay going to be added on to the front to start a wall and get some upgrades for those Marines. Looks like it is going to be a bio-focused army here for Andacht. Is adding on some reactors and some add-ons to his barracks. He's going to add some more supply depots. Can't get supply blocked. The expansion was added on a little bit later for KarKaroto once that initial push was thwarted, but didn't have one for a while. But considering how much damage he does mean it's going to be a pretty even state in the game. The workers are dead even right now. The supplies slightly favor KarKaroto, but Andacht certainly has more production facilities, and he's got a 3rd CC already ready, so a little bit favors him a little bit, I'd say, but certainly a scary army available for KarKaroto at the moment. 31-17 in army, and Andacht does have a much better economy, though, again, with that 3rd CC already taking a 4-worker lead. Just because he's got more production on those. Gonna build another gas here. This 4th gas of the game, and gonna shift those SCVs over to get some gas production. Does need some gas to get these upgrades down. Has not started any on the engineering bay yet. Usually you'll see a 2nd engineering bay added on so you can get the armor and weapon upgrades going at the same time for those Marines and Marauders and all those ground units, but again, when you're dealing with a low economy situations, after a big attack like that, sometimes you're just like, all right, I'm going to get armor, I'm going to get 1 upgrade because it's all I can afford. I need the units. But stabilized now, and Andacht with that 3rd CC is in a good position. KarKaroto is starting up his own CC, but it's going to be way slower, even though Andacht does have to fly his out. It's going to be way slower. There's a move out of Vikings, though, for KarKaroto. There's a potential to drop down in the middle line and do a lot of damage. The worker count is 53-44 now, though, and Andacht still in the lead. That 3rd CC was a great idea, even though he was taking the damage. He knew he could hold it and get that 3rd CC. Yep, the Marines are here. Will they see him? Yes, they do. They're going to kill 1 Viking, a 2nd one. Nope, not going to kill the 2nd one. Scan comes through and will force those Vikings away, so very good awareness. Splitting his army doesn't put them all at the front. I know I get into those bad habits sometimes, put all my army at the front at the natural, and all of a sudden there's Oracles, there's Vikings, there's a Widow Mine drop, a Baneling drop all of a sudden, and I look like an idiot. A couple mules being dropped to the 3rd, some missile turrets being added on to help out. Looks like the engineering bay is more prioritized for those missile turrets, as opposed to the upgrades at the moment. which, you know, early, you know, if you see all those mass Vikings, sometimes adding all those missile turrets is pretty crucial. Third CC is up and running now. I should morphing into the orbital momentarily. For KarKaroto, so 3-3 in bases here at 10 minutes. And a quick scan. We'll spot this. Third missile turret being added on here. Really scared of those drops. Widow Mine drops, just Vikings dropping down and hitting your SCVs is very, very troublesome to deal with. And investment missile turrets can deal with that. A couple barracks being added on at the front. Reactor on one of them. See if there's a reactor tech lab. Sometimes you want to move into Marauders at some point. But making, you know, massing Marines can be fine as well. Marines get, you know, way more powerful when they get upgrades like Stim, as they do now, but they're not going to make it to the siege tanks. A valiant effort, but unfortunately will not make it there. The siege tanks had the vision of them from the high ground, and down they went. Another starport going to be added on here. The medevacs are a pretty crucial part. Much easier to drop in behind as opposed to running in at the front when you've got 3 siege tanks there. So he's going to probably going to use those medevacs to drop at some point, or maybe just use those as to move out. Help heal up those Marines. Looks like we do have an upgrade now started at the engineering bay, a second one available as well, and that will be searching armor and I believe weapons on the other one. So does have to add the armor on to get 2-2, but getting the upgrades is pretty nice. But KarKaroto does not have upgrades of his own yet, so if Andacht could get a lead in that, that could be pretty huge. A third CC began out for Andacht. But upgrades, even if you have less units, if you have better upgrades, sometimes that can mean more. When you got armies this size. Some more mules being dropped here. Looks like there's going to be a move out here from KarKaroto. He's got 4 medevacs, a bunch, well, that's a lot of siege tanks. And a lot of Vikings here. This does mean that KarKaroto's push is not exactly very fluid. You've got to siege up, unsiege, siege up again in order to really gain ground as a Terran with a bunch of siege tanks. It's really, you can't really push very fast. The siege tanks are going to try and siege up on the low ground, but Andacht's already all over that with the high ground siege tanks, and well, they get absolutely destroyed there. Stem forward from the Marines. They're charging in, but a little bit too far here. The Viking walks too far forward as well. There's a Raven at the back here for some anti-armor missiles, maybe. Interference matrix could be huge on these siege tanks as well. Third command center here for Andacht. Probably want to drop that somewhere else or just save it until he thwarts this push. Some missile turrets can be added on at the front here for KarKaroto. I believe, I'm not sure if that's for detector anti-air because Andacht really isn't committed to any area. Stem forward from the Marines. They're going to find one siege tank. A second one will fall as well, but the siege tanks in the back are destroying this Marine push. And they'll find a Viking. No, Viking's very low. One more siege tank to go down. Oh, 16 health in that siege tank. Will survive, though. Very hard for Andacht to push out of here. Could look for a flank around the other side. But these Vikings will take down any area units that Andacht has. Marine charging forward again. They're going to take down a few Vikings. Got that siege tank at the front there, but the end will be okay. Here on the other side, though, good drop here from Andacht. He's going to get some damage. Finds the siege tank rallying out from the factory. And you got a lot of worker kills there as well. We were focused on the original fight on the other side of the map. So Andacht, he said, hey, I'm not going to run right into the Marines again. I'm going to drop him with a medevac. It's not about doing something wrong the first time. It's about learning not to do it again. And learn he has Andacht. It only took one game. And he's already getting damage here. On the meanwhile, on the other side, though, the siege tanks have moved up. They're getting some damage on the siege tanks from Andacht up at the high ground here. Unfortunately, these barracks have been built in sort of an awkward position so that the Marines have sort of like a choke point. Definitely was just a bit of a weird happenstance there. He wanted the barracks a little bit more towards the front so it'd be easier to rally those guys out. Now, good micro on the other side by Andacht will be able to take out the siege tank. Repairs not in time, and the Marauder, the big boy, along with one Marine, will take it down. Another siege tank. Andacht's literally just killing the siege tanks as they rally out. It's incredible. I don't even know what he's doing. A 5th CC of the game has been dropped here for KarKaroto on the other side while he's building it out on location. Well, That medevac drop got a lot done there. Those Marines and Marauders did a ton. Andacht is going to drop his 4CC on the other side there. Engineering bays are working on 2-2, which is a pretty big upgrade lead here. He's got 1-1 and he's working on 2-2, and there's no mech upgrades here for KarKaroto. Now the Marines are charging forward with this 1-1. Vikings now on the high ground. Interference matrix on the siege tank is huge. Marines going to sim forward again. They're going to take down another siege tank. There's just one left here, and a couple Marines. More siege tanks being rallied in here. But those are going to be taken on very quickly. This 1-1, a huge, huge factor in that push. And Andacht, on top of those upgrades, is going to become victorious. Another command center being added on the other side. And KarKaroto, I don't even know if he has information of this CC, and his economy could explode real quick. Andacht keeping pace with KarKaroto, and even in some ways ahead because of these upgrades, and the SV production has been on point for both sides. KarKaroto has a slight supply lead, but those upgrades are huge. A quick look at the units lost tab. Well, a lot of stuff has died. 23 siege tanks from KarKaroto have gone down, and 109 Marines from Andacht. Vikings are going to drop on top of these siege tanks. We'll take down 2 siege tanks. The Marine will get 1 missile turrets, pick up another. That's a pretty big pickup here. Another drop coming on the other side. Andacht has been great with these drops. The Liberator coming in. He's going to pick up quite a few SCVs as well. Ooh, nice snipes there, and looks like another CC will fall, so Andacht taking the command center lead. Very nice counterattack here. Attacking on 2 fronts is exactly what you need to do in Starcraft, and Andacht has been on point with it. Siege tank on the high ground took down 1 more. Now the Marines coming forward to try and help out the siege tank from the high ground. Hellion is there as well. Looks like the siege tanks will become victorious. The Marauder will not be enough, but more. So we got more Marines from the north. Siege tanks will be able to take a few before they come in range, but this should be the death of those siege tanks and the death of this push. It took like 10 minutes, but the push will be stopped, and Andacht is slightly down in workers, but has a big army lead, and he's got another command center ready to drop down. 1 Marine spotting out in case this base is going to be taken here. The Liberator going into the main base here, looking for some damage. If he could kill some SCV here, maybe take down a siege tank that's stuck. That'd be pretty big. Looks like he sieges up in the wrong position. We'll get 1 SCV, but these Marines might take down that Liberator, and they will. Yep, they will. F. Rip. Another command center being added on for KarKaroto. He's just owning this side of the map. He likes the west side. There's a West Side Story reference in there, but I'm not sure what it is. And the siege tank's still in the high ground, taking down those Marines. Coming forward again, this command center is trying to be rebuilt, but the Marines strike again, take down the command center. So just 5 available for KarKaroto, and 5 available for Andacht. He still hasn't moved out on that one. Probably wants to secure this side of the map before he does. Does have another command center on this side, though, so that's going to be 5, 6 in total. Only 4 mining right now, though. 1 SCV has remained. KarKaroto, I don't think he's really spotting anything with that, but we'll see if he's got vision here. Does not have vision of the base here. On the other side, those attack here. The siege tanks are caught on siege. Here, the Marines getting a lot of damage. They take down 3 already. And it looks like they won't be able to get much more here, but a couple of siege tank kills. Siege tanks are very expensive. They take quite a while to build, so picking off those with a couple Marines. Definitely worth it here. 165 Marines have fallen. And 24 Vikings, 32 siege tanks. Command center is going to be dropped here. Upgrades. KarKaroto knows, man. I think that's +3 now. Going to be started for Andacht. Andacht knows you got to have the upgrades. I don't think... Yeah, KarKaroto doesn't have any upgrades. Andacht has +2 for his bio, and he's got, I believe that's mech weapons as well. So I mean, these upgrades have been the difference in this game. We got a couple of command centers. I don't think either player knows that they're here. Yeah, neither player knows that each side has a base that they just don't know about. Right next to each other. And there's 1 orbital here. He's just been using this orbital, looks like, for the energy, for, you know, dropping mules, scans, and stuff. On the other side, though, we have an attack. I'm too focused on the bases and upgrades. Yeah, I concern myself with this attack. It's thwarted. But again, more damage for Andacht. Kill some workers, kill some units. So we get some more sweet zooms on this Viking. Now the move out is coming, though, from KarKaroto. Again, he still has no upgrades. The army supplies are pretty even. The workers pretty even. Andacht is moving forward again, or he's moving to defend this, but he doesn't have a lot here. He's going to have to cancel that planetary and move away with the command center. We'll save it, though, I think, in the end. There's another factory being built here, and that will be killed before it can be canceled. And the command center on the other side will be lifted. Not moving away yet, so the Vikings will probably take this one down. The other side, though, he's got 2 command centers, so he can go ahead and plop those down whenever he wants to. The other side, though, KarKaroto is not really investing in bases right now. He just got 1 SCV mining from this base in the corner, and it's just sitting as a basic command center. It doesn't even have an orbital or planetary. But KarKaroto likes these tanks, and he's sticking with them. Doesn't matter if he's lost 32 of them, he's going to keep making more. Both sides have very scary armies, and Andacht just needs to close the gap with those Marines. Well, what better way to close the gap than just send some Marines in as a drop? The siege up will come in here for KarKaroto, so he's got a tank here to defend, which actually accidentally got stuck here. But no, gonna force the drop away. Now he's gonna drop right back on top of him. On the other side, so there's gonna be a huge attack on the other side, and now he comes in to see that starport. Oh, those siege tanks just ooh. The sound hurts. There's a turret will force away those air units, but now there's a huge attack, and there's just not an army here for Andacht to defend this. He's got a couple bases to the north as well. But the Marines, well, they've sort of funneled themselves into a choke point. They're just sitting. It's very, very hard to cross this no man's land. I think Andacht is waiting for this scan to wear out. Oh no, those medevacs go down before they can drop their Marines. And now those siege tanks will sit safely. 2 command centers have already been taken down. I think a third one will fall here. The SCVs might fall as well. 103 workers to 47. Andacht way down in the supply and SCV count, but he's winning the fight right now. Takes down the Vikings. Just 1 siege tank left, and it's not even sieged up. In the main base, though, there's been a huge... This drop has just not been able to be thwarted here, and it looks like, oh my god, the drop from Andacht was just sitting there. No reaction from Andacht. And once that push was thwarted, he knew it was over. Even though he's 102 workers to 48, he had no army left. 8 army to 61. So Andacht will take the game.